Life is a journey of ups and downs, and it has no guarantees. Throughout my journey of life, the greatest obstacle I had to overcome was my grandpa's passing. My grandpa is actually my step grandpa and was my grandma's husband, basically, and his name was Michael Ochoa, but all my cousins and everyone never called him Mike. We always called him Grandpa Mike or just Grandpa. He was basically a true grandpa to us, and he was there watching us grow up through the tough times and taught us valuable lessons I still carry today. After school, we would get dropped off by his house, and we would walk to his my grandma and grandpa's house, and we would wait for him to come back and from work. And he would once he came back, he would tickle our feet, and we would try to escape him basically. And he would often settle disputes with me and my cousins and always tell us that we need to look out for each other, that when he's not here, then we have to that's when we have to love each other the most and look out for each other and to hug it out. We would binge watch Disney princess movies with him during sleepovers and often go to Baskin Robbins, and I always got the cotton candy ice cream, and he would get vanilla, and and everything was basically perfect until one day he started complaining of headaches and he wasn't feeling good, and that later that night he ended up having a stroke that affected the right side of his brain. And it was honestly the most worst everything that I never wish that upon my worst enemy. It was just terrible. And but he started recovering from it, and he always found a way to make the best of it. And we would go to his therapies with my grandma, and we would go to his therapies with my grandma, and after we would get a little sweet treat or a little something, and we hooked him onto this game called Dragon City. So when we would get home from school, when we walked from the bus stop to his house, we would play with him and often battle our dragons. And everything seemed to like fall in line. Everything was going back to normal until COVID hit, and the idea of moving to Texas, because we lived in Bakersfield, California, got came to life basically. And I didn't want to move at all. I didn't want to leave my grandma and grandpa because I basically saw them every day, and he told me everything was gonna be okay until he got COVID, and he wasn't fully recovered from his stroke. He was still going to therapy. He got COVID, and by that we had moved to Texas, and we were barely over there for almost a week, and he was just not getting better. And I remember during a soccer game, I saw my tia on the phone, and she like ran to the side and she was crying, and I was like, this can't be good. And then that night, that's when they told us that he had passed away, and yeah, that he didn't the COVID basically hit him stronger. His immune system was already kind of weaker because of the stroke, and it was just devastating to see one of my biggest role models disappear. And he taught me never take this moment taught me never take loved ones for granted, and cherish every moment of a healthy life, because healthy life is a privilege, and there's other kids and other people who are not blessed with the health I have, and to basically cherish life.